negotiable. Look, Traveler, an urgent hiring notice and they're paying top more, too! Oh, Paimon. You're right, it is strange. Do you think something happened to Yenshao? Because that guy barely lets anyone ever set foot in his kitchen. Doesn't exactly seem like the type to hire help. The notice says interested parties should go upstairs and talk to the innkeeper Huayan. Should we go and see what's up? Yeah, and we can ask about the pay while...
Could it be true? What I've heard?
Right now, I wish I was sitting at the top of a tree, looking out over a meadow, cider in hand.
Boss, there's really no need for this. It's just a little
Perhaps not, but continuing to work will only hinder your recovery. You need to rest for a few days. We'll figure something out.
Huayan! Yanxiao!
Oh? Traveler and Paimon! What?
And we decided to come check up on Yanxiao.
I knew we shouldn't have posted that notice. It's really nothing to worry about. I'm fine. I swear.
How kind of you. My thanks to you both. And thanks on Yanxiao's behalf, too. There's nothing to be embarrassed about, Yanxiao. Just tell them what happened.
Oh, all right. Well, basically, we had a lot of guests pouring in for the lantern rite. Well, you know what they say. Play with fire long enough and you're bound to get burned. Even the best chefs slip up sometimes. Anyway, it's nothing, just a tiny burn. I can still...
Now, I don't want you pushing yourself. You'll only make it worse, and then you'll be looking at more than just a couple of days off to recover.
But the lantern rite's only just finished, and we're still getting tons of guests. Now's not a good time for me to rest. Plus, lots of the guests are visiting from other nations. We can't just bring in some random chef off the street. We have a reputation to uphold. I refuse to let someone else ruin the good name we've made for ourselves here.
Listen to you. Anyone would think that you're the boss and not me. But he's not wrong. Yanxiao was one of the favorites in the Masterful Chefs tournament. No matter how you look at it, his are big boots to fill.
I don't mean to boast, but any chef of my caliber probably has their own restaurant to look after. It's not going to be easy to find someone who's got the skills and has the time to help us out.
Looks like we might have to increase the pay we're offering even further.
Do we know anyone that's a good chef and has the time to help out? Oh, of course, you!
Oh, right. Yes. Now I think about it, I do recall hearing good things about your cooking ability. I suppose I'd added you to my mental list of people who can hold their own in a combat situation, but forgot you can cook.
Why are you even keeping a mental list of people who can fight?
Maybe a story for another time. More importantly, I'm sure Yanxiao would be comfortable leaving his kitchen in your hands, if anyone's. What do you think, Yanxiao?
Well, since it's you, I suppose that's better than anyone else.
What do you think, Traveler? Should we do it?
I should warn you that cooking for customers is quite a different ballgame from cooking for yourself, so I'll stick around the kitchen over the next few days to help smooth things over.
Oh, so he's not leaving the kitchen after all?
I believe there's some spare kitchenware here at the inn. Boss, would you mind?
Of course, of course. I'll take care of it. Whew. All done. Come, take a look. Ah, it's nothing. A little handicraft and elbow grease goes a long way. All right, Yanshao. I'll leave you to take it from here.
You really went to all the trouble of building a new stovetop? What was wrong with the original? Boy, you really hate when people touch your stuff, huh?
No, it's nothing like that. As Boss always says, hire who you trust and trust who you hire. I just thought the original setup might be a little, anyway, as I was saying, cooking for guests is different from cooking for yourself. Not only do you have to execute on taste, aroma, and appearance, but you also need to ensure speed, precision, and consistency. Having the right equipment is a big part of that. Ill-suited equipment doesn't just make the job more tiring, it also slows you down. And paying customers don't have unlimited patience. Sometimes cooking is all about being well prepared. That's how you ensure speed.
Okay, and what about precision and consistency?
Precision all comes down to using your eyes. Where to slice into a particular cut of meat, how much oil to use, how to tell when a dish is done cooking. When you cook for yourself, you can always add salt if it's too bland or add water if it's too salty. You can tweak the taste as you go, but in a restaurant, there's not that much room for trial and error.
Worst case scenario, Paimon can deal with any subpar dishes by making sure they get properly disposed of.
The final thing you have to focus on is consistency. You have to be able to handle the most challenging orders with the same level of technique and skill as the easiest ones. You have to cater to their own dietary needs while also giving them the
This last point is making Paimon's head spin.
Don't worry. Matter of fact, someone as well-traveled as you may even have a better handle on it than me once you get started. And of course, I'll be around to help you over the next few days. I don't think we'll have any trouble making all our guests feel right at home. There's no time to lose, so let's get started. I imagine you probably have a good handle on the cooking side of things already. What you need to pay attention to is remembering each table's order. Try not to get them mixed up.
Oh, Paimon's memory is like a steel trap. This is gonna be a cinch. Which ticket are we on again? Table 1 was onions, but no chilies. Table 2 was chilies, but no onions. And table 3 was, table 3 was chilies, but hold the chilies? Ah! Was Paimon just sleep floating? We didn't even get a break in the middle. Paimon's brain has turned to mush. Is it always...
No, but this is peak season. You both did a mighty fine job for your first time serving guests at the inn. Luckily, all our customers were familiar faces this time around, so we didn't get any strange requests. Otherwise, today would have been even more challenging.
No strange request? Someone asked for almond tofu drizzled in soy sauce. Even Paimon has never tried that combination.
It's a wide world out there. People have all kinds of different tastes. Being able to cater to all is the real essence of Liyue cuisine. Also, the thing about requests is that they're usually very specific. So as long as you do what they asked, you're unlikely to have any issues. What's really tricky is when guests give you...
Excuse me. Are you still open?
Huh? Paimon knows that voice. Let's go check it out.
What should we do? It doesn't look like anyone's here. If only we'd gotten here a bit sooner.
It's all right. If we start building a campfire now, we'll be eating before too long.
Right. Besides, if anyone's to blame, it's Linny. So busy being a greedy culture vulture that he lost track of time.
Linny, Lynette, Fremine, it is you!
Paimon? So, is the Traveler here?
Traveler, Paimon! What a nice surprise!
Paimon was gonna say the same thing! We're just lending a helping hand at the inn. Anyway, so that's how we ended up here. But what about you guys? Don't tell us. Father sent you on another mission?
No, quite the opposite, actually. We're in Liyue on vacation, and while we're here, I thought a cultural tour might be in order.
Father said we deserve some rest after everything that happened recently. Otherwise, it could jeopardize our next mission.
It's not every day we get this kind of opportunity. Linny thought it might be fun to spend some time in Liyue, especially since it's Lantern Rite season.
We could hardly pass up the opportunity to watch a Liyue-style magic show. Although, I think they call it conjuring here.
In our time here, we've seen conjuring tricks incorporated into a Liyue opera show, and even a wushu dance.
So, we decided to stay here for a few more days to see what other forms of inspiration this land might have in store for us. We visited Granny Roshin in Qingsa village not long ago, and today we continued our cultural tour in the area around here.
In the end, though, we lost track of time. We haven't even eaten anything yet.
And speaking of eating, as you know, seafood is a big part of both Liyue and Fontaine cuisine, but it's cooked very differently here. We simply had to try some local seafood after coming all this way. That's another reason why we decided to extend our trip.
Oh, need any recommendations? What have you tried so far?
That fish one with the misleading name. Sounds bland, but it's drowning in hot chilies.
Oh, you mean blackback perch soup? You're right, the name doesn't give much away.
It looked and smelled so appetizing that Lynette took a huge mouthful, blissfully unaware that she was about to set her mouth on fire. She could barely speak for the rest of the day after that.
Luckily, that wasn't a huge adjustment for her.
What? Aren't you guys hungry too?
Yes.
Good question. I doubt we'll be able to decipher the menu, so why don't you recommend something? You should be
One more thing. Please, if you have a heart, don't make it spicy.
Fontaine, huh? No wonder they can't handle too much spice. Still, there's this crab and shrimp stir-fry I know that could work. It's quite heavily seasoned, but it's a lot milder than it looks. It has a light but really satisfying flavor.
Ooh, that sounds perfect!
Well, this is where it gets interesting. They call it the Palace Jewels. The crab roe is supposed to look like... Here's the recipe. When you're...
for the wait. This dish is...
Ah, yes. We meant to say...
Oh, now that you mention it, Paimon is a little hungry. Well, if you insist, then who are we to... Oh, right, of course. Here's...
The sauce looks a little...
According to Liyue custom...
Looks delicious, traveler.
What is it?
No, it's delicious. The flavor is so pure.
What is...
Yep, you have quite the palate, Lynette.
No wonder it pairs so well with the shrimp meat. I've never seen it prepared this way before.
According to the creator, chewy crab complements succulent shrimp, making a spectacular seafood ensemble with a succulent flavor and luscious mouthfeel. The crab roe glitters like pearls of gold, and the shrimp shines like chunks of jade. Hence, it's...
So that's where the name comes from.
Was Paimon always this well?
This dish must be right up your alley.
It's half gone already? When did that happen?
I heard that in Liyue. The biggest compliment you can pay to the chef is to leave a clean...
Wait, don't fight over it!
So your friends like the dish, huh? Well, there'll be more to come, so...
Come on, traveler. Let's go. The world is full...
Morning. The boss tells me that... I have to admit, I was a little worried about throwing you right into the deep, so it should be plain sailing. Well, just as long as we don't run into any extremely...
Oh,
Of course! The worst are those old scholars who have barely cooked a day in their life, but they criticize you for no reason, claiming your cooking method isn't faithful to the original, or that the flavor profile isn't authentic because you used...
This is Wang Shuin. It does have the look and feel of a time-honored establishment. Oh, innkeeper! We'll have each of your signature dishes, please, as fast as you can serve.
Farazan! Oops, madam,
Oh my! Traveler, Paimon, whatever are you...
we could ask you the same thing. Where'd you suddenly get the funds to go sightseeing? And to...
I'm not here to sightsee. Exemplary scholars like myself are highly sought after by crews...
Madam Farazan, please, slow down. None of us slept last night.
It's all my fault. She's been like this ever since I told her I'd be paying the...
Layla! And... Dory?
Temporary chef, huh? Wow. Well, if the chef here is trusting you to run his whole kitchen, then I've got...
So, why are you all Liyue?
I got my hands on a new boat from Fontaine a while ago, equipped with cutting-edge navigation technology. If we manage to spread the word, right now we're doing some test runs. We sailed from Port Ormos to Rito, then from Rito to Liyue Har...
Madam Farazan and me were hired to fine-tune the compass and other equipment. We sailed around...
overtime for which they'll both be fairly compensated. They're both here willingly. The contract is...
You really cover all your bases, don't you? Let Paimon guess. Paying the expenses is part of...
It's not every day someone tells you to. Farzan, Madam Farzan, that is. While I am more than happy to treat you both to the most. I've heard that the most expensive dishes in Liyue are usually either seafood baked. Now, I don't know about you two, but after so many days at sea, I don't think I can.
That's actually a good point.
Not to mention that poor Layla here looks like. Huh? Surely the wise and virtuous Madame Far.
Oh, well, of course I care about my students' well-being, but
So, let's not order anything that'll take too long to prepare. Aside from that and seafood, we'll take whatever other expensive dishes.
So, expensive, but no seafood, and nothing that takes too long to cook.
Ugh, that Dory. Is she doing this up?
This isn't Lioli Pavilion or Xinhua Kiosk. This is Wangshu Inn. We don't stock up. Well, if we're stuck with regular ingredients and we're on a time limit, as it happens, I know a recipe for something called trembling strings and rushing reeds. It can be whipped up quickly.
30,000? But if it's quick to make.
Quick doesn't have to mean quick and easy. To perfect this dish, you have to finely slice several different types of meat into fine threads. Knead them together into This dish is unique in offering a harmonious blend of multiple kinds of meat. Do it right, and you've got a culinary masterpiece in your hands. But
Oh, Paimon gets it now. So this dish gets its
don't worry. I can take care of the kneading and other prep work for you. You just focus.
Believe in yourself. You can do this. And if you mess it up. Food's ready. Please enjoy.
Ooh, smells. Oh, we meant to ask. Have you two eaten breakfast yet? If.
Did Dory just off?
Let's not forget that the biggest business deals are always settled over a meal. Come on, come on, come on. Sit down and this dish looks simple enough. And I did my research, so surely it can't cost all that much.
this dish had better be worth working overtime all night for. Well, traveler?
Oh, so tired. Is this foul?
There's a different flavor in every bite. And the discerning palate might ham, but I don't see any ham anywhere.
Haha! so you've noticed. Yep, every single strip is needed.
So I'm not an expert or anything.
Well, you see,
Wow. So this dish really is one of a kind. That makes...
Paimon forgot to mention that part. The dish is called Trembling Strings and Rushing...
The complex layers of flavor, yes? The name, if I'm not mistaken, is a Liyue idiom that evokes a vigorous orchestral performance featuring both string... Every student has to master at least 20 languages before they graduate. Wait.
Huh? Oh, Paimon almost forgot that...
So, anyway,
Oh, don't worry, not too much. That'll...
30,000? About that, Paimon, traveler, I merely invited you to join us at the table, did I not? So, perhaps we could split...
Oh, Paimon knew it was too good to be true. Yeah, as a famous merchant,
But every single Mora... All right. Once I'm back in Sumeru, I'll be sure to find someone to...
Wouldn't gliding be faster?
We're off to a good start this morning. Keep up the good work. Morning. Time to... Great work!
Wait, no! Every time you say...
Hey, that's not true.
Dude, what up, bro? I didn't know you were in Liyue too.
Almost. I think you meant fellow Inazu.
Yeah, that's the one. Yeah, we gotta look out for each other.
Oh, whoa, Checker!
Huh? Oh, hey, Flying Lavender Melon.
Didn't you say you were gonna knuckle down and earn some Mora when you got home?
That could wait. As soon as I announced that Arataki Ito is available for... Oh, and while we're here, we were gonna...
Not too long ago, I heard a rumor that someone was hosting an Onikabuto fighting con.
What? You missed it? Aw, man.
Quite the bummer, indeed.
Sure thing, my man. But let's catch up over some food, huh? Yeah, sure. Me too.
Wow, Bullchucker set up that one for us really nicely. Gotta give him...
Good one, compadre. You almost got...
So, may I take your order? If you're entertaining guests, I...
Boss, don't forget the bud.
Yeah, okay.
Down to earth. Oh, well, we do a mean humbly enough. Real hearty
Humbly enough, huh? Sounds like my...
Excellent choice, Ito. I'm no fan of culinary
A bro just knows. Yes!
Is this for real? Oh, what...
Gotta say, your friend's quite a character. Still, humble...
Actually, what is it called humbly enough anyway? A hearty meat dish...
I said it was hearty, but I never said it contained meat. Don't be fooled by the appearance.
Wait, tofu's made of beans, isn't it? Oh, Bullchucker...
What's the issue? I think I caught the word tofu.
Wait, what are you doing? The kitchen is staff members only.
one gets my bro Ayato like I do. I hear about. Hey, where's our food at? Hurry up! I'm almost done
As you can see,
Oh, brother, his whole ego is riding on this, huh? Even if we break the news to him, he'd probably rather eat the tofu than eat his words.
Sounds good. I'll make sure he fills up on those. We'll just have to play the rest by.
Oh, so this is humbly. Come on, compadre, grab a seat. We're all friends here, so don't hold back. I'm just gonna.
Boss, we should respect the local
Polite? Shinobu, I thought old-timey traditions weren't your style. Huh? Are you kidding me, compadre? Oh, wait, I get it. The food smells so dang good. Finally, it's my turn.
Wait!
Huh? Wait, what is it now?
Okay, here goes.
Origin story? Dude, who cares where it came from?
Skipping the origin story is like going traveling without a tour guide.
Paimon makes an astute observation. Much as every tea must be.
My compadre's goodwill, huh? Oh, can't have that going to waste.
That's more like it. Let's start with the ingredient.
Now's our chance, traveler.
Man, the tale of Dihua Marsh hits hard. People in the past had it pretty rough.
Darn, there's no segue to tofu from here. How did we get so off topic?
Oh, compadre, Shinobu, have you been eating this whole time? That's it, I'm done waiting. It's my turn to eat.
Wait, boss, that's.
One moment, Ito. I left home in a hurry and was unable to bring any of my family with me. They've all heard so much about you and are huge admirers of the Arataki gang. However, if you were willing to let me bring the remaining portion of Humbly Enough back to them, I'm sure it will.
Yeah, I don't know.
Boss, you gotta do right by your friends. They're pretty big on that in Liyue. Including my.
Huh? Oh, those were for you guys? Ah. In that case, pass my regard.
Looks like that's all sorted. All right. Take some time to collect.
Let me guess where you're from.
Right now, I wish I was sick.
How time flies. My burn, you've really gone above and beyond these past few days.
Why does Paimon... We made it all the way to... We've come a long way since our first day on the job, haven't we? Back then... Yeah, but who would come by this late in the evening? Actually, now that Paimon thinks of it, Lenny and his siblings came around about this time the first day, didn't they?
Traveler? Paimon? Fancy seeing you two here.
Amber? And Eula and Mika, too! Are you here for dinner? Why so late in the day?
We just finished an escort mission for a merchant caravan. The original plan was to make do with some rations for this evening and continue our trip. But Captain Eula brought up the fact that none of us have eaten Liyue cuisine.
Ooh, so this is Eula's treat.
We've been eating the same rations for the entire trip, so I simply thought it was high time we had ourselves a proper meal. Do you have a problem with that? Good question. What should we get? Wait a sec. Where are you taking our order?
The Traveler's been filling in for the chef here. You came at just the right time. You'll be the last customers to enjoy her cooking before the original chef takes...
Wow, really? Good thing Eula suggested we come here. So, what shall we get? I'm not as for...
Anything goes. I'm just looking forward to trying the honorary knight's cooking for myself. I'm sure it'll be a good...
Something small, I suppose. We have to hit the road again after we eat. Beyond that, anything goes.
Wasn't it your idea to come here, though? Yeesh, this is like getting blood from a stone. All right, guess it's up to you, Amber. You name it, we'll cook it.
Huh? Then I guess... I don't really mind either. Anything goes.
Ah!
Anything goes, huh? Oh dear. This is a chef's worst nightmare. With no idea of your... Still, now that you've worked in the kitchen for so many days, I have faith that you'll be able to figure it out. Go on. Show them what you've got.
This is
Nothing like a piping hot meal, sir.
You've put the finest Favonian field rations to.
It's comes! Oh, hell, Paimon doesn't know how to explain this dish at all. It's got
basic ingredients, simply cooked? Really? I could have sworn that you put something fancy in.
not the finest dish in the world, but the one they need right now. Okay, you've lost, Paimon.
So you mean we only think?
Perhaps the fact that the aroma of freshly cooked hot.
Oh, kind of like the feeling of
Yeah, it's almost like we're back.
But good hunters in
Oh, I'm not talking about the taste. I just meant the feeling.
comfort. Coming home. Well, Yanxiao did say we want to make our guests feel...
So in other words,
Despite how terribly cliched that sounds, I'll admit that it holds true for this meal.
Okay, but you can't really have a recipe without a name, though, right? Have we come up with a name for this?
There you are. Thank you for all of your hard work over the past few days. Straight down to brass tacks, are we? Here.
I'm just lucky you only worked on this job for a few days. At the rate you were progressing, a few more weeks and I think I might be made redundant. Anytime. Bring some...
Great! Although, just to be on the safe...